The acronym itself kind of perfectly captures like what it is. Do it yourself. I live by this saying, actually, my dad taught me this, was like, if you want something done right, then do it yourself.
Alejandro Manriquez. I make music as Lucky Strike, and I also DJ as that. Yeah, I moved from the Midwest to California. Just go to a bunch of DJ shows, like hip-hop, electronic. Orifice was a D.I.Y. venue in downtown San Jose. Once Orifice started, that's when I really started to see more electronic music, and it felt like a response to COVID. Like post-COVID, I think people really wanted to experience rave music in person.
I feel like Orifice came about at the perfect time. There was nothing going on in San Jose at that time. Peace and Justice stopped doing shows. I was performing more deeper into the electronic community, and I feel like Orifice really tapped into what it meant to be underground. Like, it had the look, it had the sound, it had the spot. Kind of this perfect combination of all that.
There's a heightened need and want for that during the pandemic. Yeah, I started playing there after my girlfriend, who DJs as Esper. We DJ'd. It felt like a place to just play music, any music at all.
My name is Ian Henriquez. I am in my third year here at San Jose State for environmental studies. Having Orifice been my first impression of DIY out here, I noticed that it's more in your face and openly celebrated as a good thing for the youth. It's in a basement, it looks ominous. If you don't know what it is as you're walking by, you're probably gonna get really curious and take a peek.
I mean, it was in the heart of downtown. The location felt really good.
A lot of people were pulled in through this, like this intrigue of the other. Like, someone's walking on the street, one of the main streets in San Jose.
I mean, Orifice had probably one of the best spots the DIY venue could have. It was right in the smack of downtown San Jose.
Around the same time, I started going to Renegade shows in Oakland. That East Bay crowd doing generator parties out under the bridges, like in the woods.
If you can just get an outlet, you can plug in amps and you can get music played at any spot, you can call that a venue. It could be a public park, a house, it could be in a ditch.
In like spaces that they really shouldn't be in, which is kind of the spirit of DIY. Yeah, a lot of these places didn't have specific names too. You like text somebody, they send you a map, and you just really walk through a sketchy spot.
It could be any random locally, if you know kind of spot.
But once you get there, it's like, wow, there's people here, like music's blasting, like people are dancing, it's cool.
It's really hard to kind of venture out as an artist and try to get like a good gig with DIY, and being able to throw your own show, organize that all yourself. It just makes it more appealing as an artist.
I just so happen to also be a DJ here at KSJS, the local college radio station. So that put me in a good position to be able to reach out to bands and to actually be able to find people to play at our show.
I remember going to a show in Oakland. It was a generator show that my friend Jet Alone played.
My name is Jared Gakusan. I DJ under Jet Alone.
And a fight broke out, and that's not uncommon for a lot of DIY shows, whether it's a fight or just with the fact that it's unregulated. Priority is just creating a safe space. If people just don't feel welcome there, then what's the point? It's for the people.
It's better to give people a safe place where they're surrounded by their peers rather than letting them wander around the streets and try to get into trouble. And that's kind of a huge thing about the DIY scene is, again, the community. Everyone's looking out for each other. I think that's really important.
I think in San Jose, there was a lot of local shows. You might have heard of Peace and Justice Center. Even with electronic music, I think it's different now. And I've seen that like change lately. DIY has become a little more commercialized. Shows are getting expensive, you know? It's less accessible now. Now with social media, people are just sharing videos more, and it makes it like this exciting experience that people want to really tap into. All this local talent that you've never heard of otherwise. You hear some music in a basement, it's like, what is this? You know, the wrong crowd pulls up. Lack of regulation, this whole congregation of people. Somebody's bound to be there that they don't click. Fights happen.
Sometimes you get kids who sneak in and going to music shows and being around other young people and getting drunk for like the first times, and usually that results in like people acting a fool.
It's regulated in its own way, but it does come with the con of like anybody can really show up. I mean, like, I loved Orifice. I loved playing there. There was a lot of times where I did feel sort of unsafe.
You want your performers to be in a safe space too? Create an environment where people are able to express themselves freely, artistically as a performer.
We were playing at Orifice, and then across the street there was a shooting at the Grad. There's cops everywhere. Like, we were playing in between sets, we kind of, like, we see sirens coming by, and we're, like, popping our head out.
I wasn't there when it shut down. I saw it coming. Everyone saw it coming. We're all surprised it lasted as long as it did.
Yeah, my name is Christopher Espinoza. I just went in, and then I see like red and blue lights from the window. They're telling everyone to like calm down, calm down. I don't think it was the police. I think it was just like fire marshals. There was like 2 or 3 cop cars there evacuating us because apparently it was a fire hazard. Back then I was like, nah, probably just someone called the police. Now that I kind of realize it was a fire hazard.
I don't want to be too much of a downer, but I feel like spaces like that just aren't meant to last. Stuff happened. It's in a location where there's so many people walking past that area that are able to go into that show, regardless of whether or not they're respectful to the space.
In the DIY scene, there's always this feeling of like, this could be the last one.
It's insane.
There are flaws with it, like there are in any DIY shows. Just felt nice to be a part of something that felt like history, San Jose history. I mean, that's just what comes with DIY. You do the best that you can and just work with it.
I think if Orifice didn't close down, I don't know if After Hours would have started. I've been going to these shows since I was in high school. We all need that sort of support system, and live music is probably the healthiest way to escape and feel supported.